Steph has an extraordinary capacity to balance humility and confidence, and I believe it's a combination of factors that he's had coaches, whether it's Sean Brown at Charlotte Christian, whether it's Mark Jackson or Steve Kerr with the Warriors, or the coaches here at Davidson, Matt Matheny, Jim Fox, Landry Kosmolsky, Tim Sweeney, Jeremy Henney. That, I think, has been inculcated with Steph because of the way he was taught, but that started with mom and dad, with Sonia and Dell. And when you have someone that has reinforcement at home as well as at school or on the job, that's a pretty powerful situation to find himself in. And Steph has learned those lessons well, and how joyful it is to see him live a dream, chase a dream, and be who he is today with a sense of humility and yet a sense of confidence that makes everyone shake their head and say, wow, I hope my child grows up to be like Steph Curry, or I want to be like Steph Curry.
Did you ever envision this kid, little skinny kid, coming into Davidson, winning an MVP in the NBA?
I never thought that far in advance as we went through the experience of coaching Steph here about MVP in the NBA. As Steph does, I think we all took it step by step. Let's get to the NBA. Let's have some success in the NBA. Let's see how far we can go in the NBA. And to me, that's the extraordinary statement about Steph Curry. I don't think he's content with where he is right now. I think he's working harder to get even better. So I'm excited about what his future holds as well.
Coach, what's the thing that's most impressed you about Steph and his journey to what he got today?
It's a reflection of great parenting. To see a grounded, responsible young man get the freedom that he has had and balance that responsibility and freedom with that great sense of humility and confidence that he has. That's not something that is learned in your teen years or beyond. That's something that is at the foundation of who you are, and that is a very proud aspect of knowing who Steph is and what Steph is.
Do you mind touching on his work ethic? You know, obviously every guy has a chance to try and go pro, and and from college to making it to the pros, you still have to practice a ton, and he just always seems to be a guy that's always on the court.
When I was out in San Francisco 2 weeks ago, it was about the 77th game of the year, and they won. He set the record for most threes in the season. He had 45 points, and he was lamenting to me after the game that he had been in 18 games this year. He did not play the fourth quarter, so his conditioning and his stamina wasn't where it needed to be, and he was going to continue to work on his core and work on his cardio. How many guys who have reached that level of success, who were knocking on the door of the NBA at that point, played 78 rigorous games with the travel, and he's thinking about getting better with his core and with his cardio. That's Steph Curry.
He never seems to forget where he came from, and I think that's one of the things that's probably the most refreshing about him. Would you agree with that?
We're fortunate that Steph has continued to acknowledge his experience here at Davidson and how much it meant to him, and I suspect that Sean Brown at Charlotte Christian has that same sense of joy that he feels every time a picture of Steph flashes up on a screen, looking very thin and undersized and youthful in those Charlotte Christian jerseys, as he did in the Davidson jersey. So, but that's the remarkable part of Steph Curry. His character is MVP, just like his performance on the basketball court.
Should we really be surprised after all he did with Davidson in that Elite Eight run? Should we really be surprised at this?
What's really fascinating is you see him make shots, and you could go back into our archives and check some video out, and he did the same thing. You know, the the game against Gonzaga, which was the pivotal game in that run to the Elite Eight, with 59 seconds to go, he buries a three after Andrew Lovedale got a rebound on a loose ball, and it was very reminiscent of the three that he buried from the left corner at the end of the New Orleans game that eventually led to them going overtime and winning. So to see the replay of things he did here at Davidson in a Golden State uniform is really gratifying.
How cool is it as a coach? You are now, you can now say that I coached a NBA MVP player.
The cool aspect of this experience is seeing the joy that Steph is experiencing, and pointing to Steph as a role model for any and every player we have here, or any and every player that comes through our community.
Just listening to you, it sounds like you're very proud of what he has done on the court, but you're even more proud of the person he's become. Is that accurate?
So many athletes are sucked into the superhighway of stardom. Steph has managed to not travel that journey, and to stay with the core beliefs that are such a part of his foundation that have been clearly cultivated through growing up in the Curry family.
Coach, is he the same Steph that we remember? I mean, has all this changed? I mean, I can't turn on the television without seeing him in a national commercial. Is he the same kid?
Steph is that same young man that was at Charlotte Christian and was here at Davidson. He's never let success spoil him. He's always appreciative of where he has come from. Entitlement has never been part of who he is. Accountability and responsibility has accompanied him wherever he's gone.
You've had so many great moments as a head coach. Where do you think this one today ranks, knowing what he's accomplished?
This is a wow moment. It's pretty special to see Stephen be honored in such a way, and knowing that he's done it the right way. Very few pro athletes can make that statement that I've achieved the top of the profession. I'm leading my team to a potential championship. I've been the MVP, and he's done it the right way.
As coach of Davidson, as you recruit and you go into kids' houses and they know Steph Curry now went to Davidson, do you think this will help you in recruiting? I mean, what y'all do on the court, and especially last year, you know, gets you in the house anyway, but do you think this will give this program even more respect now?
It's exhilarating to get a clear experience of recruiting today and seeing how many young men point to Stephen Curry as their model, as the guy they try to copy, from the standpoint of them wearing number 30, or the motions that they make with their hands after they score a basket, or the way they try to work on particular moves. Steph Curry has become an icon for the youth of today.
Anything else?
I'm sure you already answered this
Okay.
before I got here. I got lost outside, sorry. Did you watch the game last night or
Yes, I
yesterday?
sure did.
And they showed a clip of Steph talking about you. What's it like just to, like you said, he doesn't forget where he came from. How neat is that?
You just have such a feeling of, wow, he was once here and went through the drills and shot on those baskets and changed in that locker room, and now he's at the top of his profession, yet he's never forgot shooting in those baskets and changing in that locker room and listening to those pregame speeches and coming into this room and presenting himself at a postgame press conference. So quite an extraordinary experience.
When you heard the announcement, just kind of what went through your mind? I mean, I know you're so proud.
Exhilaration, wow, magnificent,